Okay, so ladies and gentlemen on Facebook, as they're not none here on Zoom, this is Inspiring Indian Women bringing you Poppy Day, the wonderfully talented Poppy. She is a lecturer in a college. She is also a chef. She was a teacher for religious education. She's a poet. She is what not. And I cannot forget when I had the beautiful, very tasty, yummy malpua made by her when we celebrated Diwali in UP group. So she's basically from Allahabad, though a Bengali, but born and brought up in Allahabad, if I'm not wrong. So here we go. Inspiring Indian Women brings Poppy's Kitchen to you. There she is on Spotlight. I'm just going to put her on Spotlight, and we have Poppy for you. There you are. Poppy, hello. How are you?
Thank you, Rashmi, for inviting me on IIW's platform to show my humble cooking. I just want to introduce myself to everyone. First, good evening, namaste, adab, and I am living here for a long time, about 35 years in UK, but I am always attached with India. My heart is always in India, but dil hai Hindustani. So I do. I am not a trained chef, but I do a lot of cooking. I have a passion for it, and off and on I long for UP is the cuisine, so that I make for myself and eat myself. But today, as I'm a lecturer in North London College of cookery, I have been doing this as a part-time along with my full-time teaching job as RE teacher and also as English as a second language teacher for a long time since I have come to this country. So this is my passion, and I am really very keen to do global cooking. Our Indian cooking is massive because if someone takes too many lives of 1,000 times, but still you can't finish so many recipes we have got all over our India. But still, global cooking is a bit different. Today we don't talk about this cuisine a lot, but I taught in my college and I was allowed to teach, and that is Afghani cuisine. Afghanistan is next door to us. We know a lot of trouble and all that about these Taliban and other things, their war with Russia and lot of things, but we don't talk about their cuisine. But their cuisine usually, like my husband, he believes that their cuisine is just like ours, but it's not. It's very different. They don't use lot of spices like us. They had very harsh type of winter, so they eat lot of fat. So one thing I have to mention here, as I do that to my students as well. My students come from all over the world as well in my college, and they are adults. So I tell them that we are always very crazy about healthy food. But what is healthy? Is one person's healthy food is other person's maybe not healthy. Like in Afghanistan, they use lot of animal fat in their cooking or lot of recipes, and that tastes very their kebabs. But if we eat, it is not suitable. So always remember the country, and that's why the cuisine develops. If we tell Eskimos to eat vegetarian food, they will die next day because they have to eat meat. Except meat, they can't eat anything. So like that type of thing. So today I am going to show you, not teach, because I'm not that expert. I'm not a chef. I'm not a trained person. I'm just, it's my passion, and that's why I do it. So this one is called Bulani. Some people call it Bolani, some people call it Bulani. And this is very popular street food of Kabul, as well as whole Afghanistan. And this is influenced by, you know that, Persia, now Iran we call it. And this Bulani means, is a Persian word or Farsi word, means stuffed. That's all. We do a lot of stuffed things like samosa, aloo paratha, dal paratha, like that type of thing. But their method is different. The ingredients are a little bit different. So Bulani can be made with any stuffing. Even they do a lot of cheese, like spinach and masoor dal, not like us chana dal, masoor dal, and also with very important one is their chives, that we call that, famous in this side of the world, Western world, Chinese chives, because they are very long, not very small chives, and they look like these spring onions. So I am using, they use a lot. They use also spring onions, but I am going to use that because it's not available here easily. And with potato. So I'm going to, like, you can say that it's like aloo paratha, but it is different where they don't use a lot of spices, very light, a little bit of garlic, and very usually they don't use a lot of chilies. They use black pepper. So I have got black pepper here. And another thing they use is called, this is Iranian spice. I got this from Asda. It's called sumac, a kind of berries of their country that is also powdered here, and it has got very nice. Like in UP, I think bukni. People use bukni, the dry type of spices to eat with, sometimes with paratha, like that type of thing. This is, they sprinkle on it, they serve without any sprinkling, just as a powder, and you can wrap it or rub it and eat it. So like that type.
Where do we get all these?
This I got from Asda, sumac.
Asda, okay.
But you can get in Afghani shop, or you can get from Iranian shop. Lot of Iranian shops are in Kensington and that area. I have seen there. But I bought this from Asda.
So sumac is written.
It's like what that they use, just like in UP people use buknu. Buknu, you know buknu, you must know that, because it's UP, and people prepare a powder and they rub with paratha and all that, and then they eat it, sprinkled buknu. Buknu is mixture of lot of, especially prepared. I don't know how to, but buknu is eaten. It used to be eaten in UP, in Allahabad, the UP families. Okay, that type of thing is. I went to an Iranian restaurant. They serve it as a powder in a bowl, and you can sprinkle whatever you have ordered. So it has got a very distinctive flavor. But Bulani you can make without this. It's not a compulsory or essential ingredient. Just essential ingredient is there a little bit of garlic. If you don't eat garlic, don't use it. Black pepper, or any, if you want chili powder, you can. I'm using one green chili. Next, the potato, boiled potato. I have got this here. Boiled potato you can do, but I am a bit jhatpat type of person. So I have used just frozen one, mashed potato, very easy. I don't have to mash it, boiling and peeling. So that's why sometimes people say, oh, when I show my on Facebook a lot of different type of cuisine dishes, people say, oh, you are very hardworking, you do a lot of things and all that. They don't know I am a very lazy person. I do all these things, but find out everything, how can I do jhatpat? So if you are, you feel like just sitting there and feeling like that, let us have the dough is there at gunda hua aata hai. Kya kare? Just Bulani, you want to make, just take mashed potato from the freezer in microwave, 2 minutes. It is already mashed very nicely. Salt is there already. Just put some ingredients, start making it. That I'm going to do. But the ingredients I need for stuffing, I'm using, you can do stuffing with anything. But I'm using potato and spring onion. So, and with one chili, a little bit of sumac I will put, and I'm making like them. Otherwise, I would have put some garam masala or all that, but I'm making just like Afghani, Bolani, and kali mix powder, the black pepper. And for the dough, they don't use, usually for Bulani, you don't have to use the atta, the whole wheat flour. They use maida. So plain flour I am using here, this one, and you can use or don't want to use. Some people use, they don't. I'm using some yeast. So if it is 2 cup, this is my measuring cup. If it is 2 cup, then put 1.5 teaspoon of this yeast and a little bit of salt, 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using sunflower oil that I'm going to show you. This one, this is sunflower oil to fry as well as in the dough, and some sugar, because yeast rises, yeast gets activated when you put some sugar. Some people put in a bowl a lukewarm water and then put this yeast, sugar, a little bit of sugar, half teaspoon enough, and some salt as much as according to your taste. Mix, leave it. You will see that it will be, it melts, and then you put in your atta or maida in your flour. But what I am going to do, I will put, as I said, I'm lazy. I have put already a little bit of sugar, some salt, and I'm going to put here some this yeast, because it is 1 cup. I have taken 1 cup. I told you 1.5 for the 2 cup maida or 2 cup of. So I'm going to put some here. This everything in atta or maida I'm putting, and you don't need to put this yeast. Some people put, some people don't put, but oil and salt you must. I have put sugar already. Sugar is, I want to show you, and salt I have put. I'm going to knead it. So you know that everyone knows how to knead maida or atta, but you go along putting a little bit, and you see that because it depends what type
Poppy,
of.
we can't see the bowl. Can you just bring it little this side? Yeah, yeah, in the middle, so that we can see what you're pouring.
Yes, I put the yeast because it is 1, so I put 3/4 of the teaspoon of yeast, half teaspoon of sugar, and half teaspoon of salt. and I am going with it's a lukewarm water. I am going to mix it and then knead it. Now, because I have put, I just want to show, because I have put the yeast, I need to give the time to prove it, means to rise the flour. So I have done it. It is done. You see that? It is all there, because I am going to knead it again when I will start cooking with this. But in the meantime, it's done, not very soft and not very hard. It is done. You see that? Because it's only 1 cup flour. And I want to put it away, and at least 4 or 5 hours if you are putting yeast. If you are not putting yeast, leave it for half an hour, because maida or plain flour has got more gluten. It needs to swell. So I'm going to put it away. I have already done some 5 hours ago. So that I'm going to use. So here I covered that with wet cloth, and this is of my 2 cup. You see that? This is okay. So I can put it on first of that. It is ready. My dough is ready. I'm going to make the stuffing. So for stuffing, I'm not using all of it because it's not much. It's about your 2 potatoes mashed. So I'm going to use it very finely chopped, and then all of it, white, green, everything. Usually in Iranian dishes, and also the same, they have Iranian, you know that many people of, not all, but many people of Afghanistan speak Farsi. They have, like our country, the people speak even in Hindi, Mathili, or Awadhi, same type of thing. They speak different languages, Pashto and all that. But this one, the people speak, mainly they speak Farsi. So I'm putting this here in my potato. Now I will put some sumac. Not much, because it's quite strong. A little bit, less than half teaspoon. Salt is already there because it's ready-made mashed potato. Putting some black pepper powder, and I'm putting some green chili. The people who came to India as refugees, they started, because some of my students were from Afghanistan.
Can we see what you're chopping? Because the bowl is right in front of you.
Yeah, this is the chili.
It's chili?
Yeah, green chili. Okay, 1 green chili I'm putting here, because it's only 2 potatoes. Now I'm going to move this. Is done. So this is, now you can see clearly. Here, mashed potato already salted, and some black pepper powder, and spring onion chopped, 1 chili chopped, sumac, 1/4 teaspoon, and black pepper powder. Okay, so that's all, and I am going to mix it. You can put anything, any herb. They put a lot of herbs mainly dry because their weather is like that. They don't have very green things. Used to be, but now these days transport is easy, so people can get. But they used to put dry mint, dry parsley.
Is this the filling of that dish?
Yes. For Bulani.
Sounds very interesting. It's like those patties.
Yes. Bulani, look, Bulani means that they stuffed. So I'm going to move all these. Bulani is always served, that I'm going to show you the material, always served with the sauce, yogurt sauce. It's a little bit different from our raita. I have made it. What I have used, only one. You have to use only one for this much of yogurt, and always use Greek yogurt. I have used Greek yogurt, but mine is fat-free left at home. But don't use the fat-free. Use the the proper one, original one. And I had this garden mint, so I chopped and put few, not much, and 1 clove of garlic that grated. Put it here. And now I am going to put some black. They don't use chili powder, so black pepper powder. I have put some salt, but I am going to show you some. I am putting a little bit. This is my salt, and a little bit of, because I have got, it won't have to put, but because I have got sumac, so I am putting some pinch of sumac. So this is ready, my dip. That is served. One thing is different from our aloo paratha. That aloo paratha is like our breakfast or maybe a lunch meal, for lunch. But they use it as a snack and as a street food. So if you go to Kabul and on a street food, you will see that, because they don't eat as a whole. I'm going to show you how they eat. But before that, I want to show you, this is Bulani that was published. My lot of recipes published in this thick book, and this one is Bulani.
That's your dish.
My photo.
Oh, in a nice book.
Yes, yeah, Afghan Bolani.
Wow.
Yes, that's the thing. So that's why
your family is very lucky. Always such lovely dishes. You must be giving, very variety. I'm the only dal chawal. All that I cook is dal chawal, roti sabzi.
So I'm going to start rolling that here, and this is. Let me again, because I'm going to plain it here, because I'm going to roll here.
Where did you learn this, Poppy?
That's what I'm saying. That is my passion. All the time I watch a lot of programs. I
watch program and learned it.
And I read. I go on internet. Lot of things. And my boss is very good. Whenever I suggest I want to teach, this year I was going to teach Japanese. But because of this lockdown,
surprisingly, Afghani dish, what you're doing right now, is a vegetarian dish.
Yes, that's why I did. Yes, they put also meat, minced meat. They put a lot of things if they want. It can be non-veg as well. People, if they want to make it, they can put minced meat of anything, whatever they eat.
Yeah, many years ago, Afghanistan and all those nations which are our neighbors were all one. So we were all from Mahabharata times, it was all one world. So a lot of Indian, that touch and flavor in all the cooking, it's all.
Yes, but they have also, you will surprise, less, like Indian cooking maybe, but less spices, less chili, and they have more influence also. Their very favorite and famous food is manto. And manto is just the Korean food. It's like our quite similar to momo, but they call it manto. Manto is there very popular and very famous. So I'm going to start.
How long do you soak the dough? You keep the dough? How long?
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours.
Yes,
Okay,
because
so
I
it
put
requires.
them. If you don't put yeast, you don't need to. You can 1 hour is enough. So I am taking a quite big one. These Kabuliwalas. Have you read that story?
I know, I love that story, Kabuliwala.
That's why Kabuliwalas, they are quite, big built people, and they're hardworking. They have a very hard weather there, and also a lot of up and down they have to do. I was watching a program on other day in Afghanistan, Michael Pelling. Maybe you know that he is a very famous BBC person. Now he's long ago he did around the world in 80 days, and that 80 days video, that time we didn't have other things. We had to teach that around the world in 80 days. Now still it comes, his programs, they repeat. And I saw that he went to the Afghanistan, then he went to see Dalai Lama and all that.
Where do you stay? Yeah, I want to come to your house.
Come, that's good. I had some family members are boring people. They don't want to eat what I variety. They are scared of that. They don't want to be guinea pig. So I make, I eat. That's why I'm saying that I am, because if you do something, you need few people. But that's why I do the frozen mashed potato and all that. Otherwise, I will not have ever these things to do that. Now, what I have done, the oil is a deep fried. That's why I'm saying that it is a snack. Once in a blue moon, or sometimes like samosa, we don't eat every day. We love to eat, but we don't eat every day. It's not a daily food. Just like that Bulani. It's a deep fried, and sometimes some people, when they have too many people, then they do it, bake it. But baking is very rarely done. Mainly fried, and that tastes nice. So I'm going to put that. It's quite much, not like our aloo paratha. In our, we put a little bit of this much, but no, they put a lot. This is.
I think the children will really love it, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And they make a lot also with, they call it kaddu, kaddu. They say that. They put also, they make with also the pumpkin filling, lot of things, or spinach. And if you want to give to children with paneer, mix up with some herbs. Herbs are very good for health, and for children, it's not a problem to eat a lot of sometimes fried things, because some thing I remember when my son was a toddler, and I complained that he is not he loves chips. She said, give them, otherwise their liver will not work. Give them chips, not daily, but give them. They need to immunize with the fried things as well. Something, if balanced, then it is healthy. You are putting all herbs and all that, and I'm putting here. Can you see?
Yeah. I'm also trying to look for your YouTube link to share it.
It's a Poppy's Kitchen in UK.
Poppy's Kitchen in UK. Okay, there I go.
I have some Hindi one.
I love your kitchen. I love your kitchen.
I did katal ka korma. Some Hindi I did.
So first thing I'm going to do is subscribe to the channel. There I did.
Thank you.
There are 46 videos.
Yes. I did to Romania. I did some Romanian dish. I went to Thailand. I did Thai pork dish. You can see that. I went to Russia. I did Russian salad. So Brahman and Bhojan are my most favorite things. Brahman and Bhojan. So when I go for Brahman,
so it's like it looks so yummy.
I look for their local, also what their real food. You know, the very funny thing happened when I went to Bulgaria. We were in Sofia, and we had a walking tour, and all of a sudden there was too much crowd, and people were, going and coming, and this man who was our guide, he was very surprised. He said, "I brought you because you don't get this time. I don't know why it is happening." And then we saw the president's house. Indian flag was flying. I will send you the photo. And then our president came there. And I told him, "Oh, our president is here." And I went there. I saw his car and the flag, everything. And he said, "Oh, it is such a small country." The guide said, "Our country is such a small and the president of such a big country has come." This is done. I want to show you, and then I will serve this. Look.
Wow.
Looks yummy, and
yay. Children would really love it. Children would really love it, especially kids, the kind of ingredients.
Even I would love it.
I know.
Mothers can feed them with a lot of,
so you can stuff it with lots of other things as well, no?
Yes.
What about cheese? What about cheese?
A lot of things. And once I went to a Afghani shop, and they were selling this, here in Hayes, I meant, and they were selling this Bolani. A gentleman came, and he was Afghani, and I said, "Oh, you are buying Bolani?" Because that time I was just doing that in my course in college. So he said, "Poor man," he said, "my wife is not here, so I have to buy, otherwise we don't buy it, we make it at home." I could have said it, but I know that they are coming from that type of country that you can make it. Come to my class, and one Englishman, he was because I have a lot of people from different countries, so in my classes, so he was an Englishman, and he said that I'm going to do. His wife used to come to the college to see DIY, how to paint, and he used to come to learn Afghani dishes. And he said to me that tonight I'm going to do a party, calling my friends, and I am going to send them that this is from Afghanistan, and he did that. And I was so proud of him. Yes.
Wow.
It's ready. These are, like some like pieces like that. And you spread all over the places. So that's why it looks big. And then you take it as a starter, as a snack. And always, that in Bengali writer, he said that I went there and they serve the food in a big thali. And all over the places, the round people sit. And whatever they can reach, they eat. So he said, if you are bit, what you say, greedy, you want the good one from other side, you can't. It is ill-mannered. Whatever you get, if your side is full of potatoes, you have to eat potatoes. Or other side is full of dry fruits, then like that. So this is ready. Bulani is ready. And
so this dish is called Bulani, right?
Yes. Either Bulani or Bolani.
Okay.
And Bulani means is a Farsi word. It means stuffed. Stuffed. Anything is stuffed is called Bulani. And you can stuff with anything. But I did and they call it kachali. Instead of aloo, they call it kachali. So
feeling hungry. Yeah.
And having a cup of kahwa, they drink a lot of kahwa. Their coffee is called kahwa. So with that, on the way with the camels.
So it's kind of mix of puri, pizza, aloo paratha, and and what else? Bhatura, isn't it? All kinds of things.
If you can bake it, if you are so conscious about. But once in a blue moon, as we like that with tea when it's raining, like this type of weather.
Something better. It's like a samosa as well, isn't it?
Samosa, like big samosa. That's what
a flat samosa.
Big samosa, jumbo samosa.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, like aloo paratha also we eat with curd and butter. So this is like a curd dip there. Yeah, with green.
Aloo paratha is more we don't make with maida. Usually we make with
I have to tell everybody, Poppy, about your, your expertise in making sweet mithais, UPK mithais. Like a particular mithai, aap jo banate ho, it's from Allahabad, UP. It's the khaja. And I remember you made such lovely khaja, and I've tasted it. I don't know whether people know or not. In Uttar Pradesh, in weddings, when the bride comes to the groom's house and after marriage, she brings with her a lot of khaja in baskets, and the khaja is distributed to everybody, or to all relatives, all villagers, or the colony.
I always on Diwali day I definitely 3 or 4 at least Allahabadi gujia. I always make with different types of stuffing. One of my friend, her mother used to make very unique gujia, filling with the bulia.
Oh.
So it was very, we usually, we used to eat with mawa or with
it's a lovely dish, Sheila is asking, what is khaja? Do you know that?
Layer of the maida and with sugar syrup.
Sugar syrup, it's dipped in sugar syrup. And similarly, there's one mithai sweet called long lata. I think, Poppy, you make that as well, right?
We have. We call lobongo lotika.
Yeah, so dipped in sugar syrup, the way the gulab jamun is dipped, similarly.
And inside is the koa and dry fruits. Very tasty. Yeah.
So, any
So
questions anyone has? We have
anything here?
15 minutes more. I will post you a picture of Khaja, Sheila, and a video of Khaja making. Poppy, next time do show us how to make Khaja, you know. Khaja is Khaja, you know, to eat.
And you must see my Jhatpat Budia. You will make every day. Buy
Uh,
Budia, make syrup, just put.
Poppy's too good in all these, you know, and they're so soft, and you just can't. It's inherent in you, you know. Your hand is for, you know, the. Some people need to learn things, but you are, you know, some people are by birth, so don't need to learn much. They just look at it and they just can. You know, your hands are so well trained and
That
well.
I don't know, but I have a passion for. I want to learn.
It's natural.
How it is
It's
done,
very
it is
natural.
done. Yes. And I watch a lot of programs of that. Food
Ah.
with, Brahman with Bhojan.
Cooking is something which everybody has to, you know, develop the interest and passion. You cannot cook tasty dishes and lovely food, healthy food, if you don't have interest.
That's
So,
why I tried also that everyone can for my IIW group. I know that a lot of people are vegetarian and all that. So that's why I decided to do this one so that everyone
yeah.
can. But if anyone wants non-veg, the same way you put the mince meat.
Sheila is here. Sheila has been giving you lovely compliments on the way you have been teaching and mentioning different countries. And she says that so many different dishes on Poppy's YouTube channel. So glad you mentioned Romania, appreciation of it. Gosh, looks delicious. What is the drink you mentioned? So did you mention some drink?
Yes, kahwa. Kahwa
Keva.
means coffee. Yes.
It's a Kashmiri drink as well. It's Kashmiri
The
chai
same,
as
they
well.
have the same influence because the Iranian came through there. That's why they gave the name Hindu. Hindu was not our given name by our forefathers. Hindu name was given by Iranians. Do you know that?
Ah,
They couldn't pronounce Sindhu. The people who were living around Sindhu Ghati, they found that they are very different. They
okay.
worship, the Murti and all that. So they call them Sindhu people. Instead of in the Farsi, Sa is pronounced Ha.
Ah,
So that's why they said Hindu. There is no word Hindu in our any oldest book. Our this Hinduism is Sanatan Dharma, nothing else.
and shall I? Yeah. Uh, Poppy is very good. You know, Sheila, she has been teaching religious education in schools many, many years. Yeah, so she's very good at everything. Uh, I'll just try, you know, Poppy, to show everybody kava making. Let's see if we can see it. 1 minute. Let's see. Can you see it? Can you see the video?
That is, I can see your khaja.
Yes, yes, we can. Yes.
You can,
Yeah.
right? See, that's khaja.
Yeah.
Look at that khaja.
This khaja, you know that, is given to Jagannath, Lord Jagannath. When I first time went to Puri Jagannath, I saw the shops are full of these khaja. And then I asked them, what is this? And they said, these are khajas for breakfast of Jagannath ji. So Jagannath ji eats this khaja. He loves. So anyone goes to Puri, Jagannath Puri, they bring as souvenir khaja from there.
Ah. Oh,
So
yes.
they present each other, and there is a very famous shop of khaja. People, you will see that people are queuing to buy that khaja. Jagannath's Chappan Bhogs is one bhog is khaja.
Yes. Ah.
So that's why, and khaja you can keep longer. That's why that people bring as souvenir, because it can stay up to 1 month easily. as sugar syrup is like a preservative, so it helps to preserve that food.
That's the sugar syrup being made.
Yes. So it will be, and then you put there, and then.
So yeah, so I'll just go to the end of this video. You know, I'll just show what happens like towards the end. Divide into pieces, and anybody can see.
There are very different types of,
Very different types, yeah.
Very different types. People do it in even in Puri Jagannath. Some use only maida, some use rice flour and maida, some use only rice flour to make
Look at the shape.
more crunchy. Because if you put the rice flour, it becomes very crunchy.
They become very crunchy and dipped in sugar syrup. And
that's all. And sugar syrup is flavored with elaichi powder.
Cardamom flavor in the sugar syrup.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, lovely. This is a typical UP ka mithai, you know, for when the bride goes.
Also, you know, the Odisha's typical mithai.
Even Odisha, yeah.
Yes. Anywhere you go, you
khaja khelo. Shipra, khaja khelo.
হ্যাঁ খেয়েছি আমার অনেক পছন্দ খাজা আর আমার লাড্ডুও খুব পছন্দ আর we make that's you know coconut nadu that one very nice
coconut laddu
হ্যাঁ ওটা খুব পছন্দ
but
আমি বানাই
malai ka laddu I also love a lot malai ka laddu because you know in UP the khoa or in Punjab khoa is better than other places because they use buffalo milk to make khoa. That's the reason. Khoa and kulfi are better than other places. So, we are going to finish it here.
There is a demand for you to conduct more and more sessions. We have Sarika Handa saying that please do take more sessions and share the knowledge. And Sheila says that you know so much about Hindu history. Hinduism is Sanatan Dharma. Poppy mentions Jagannath, Puri, lovely program with food and cultural and historical references. And yes, Khaja looks fried. Yes, it's all, most of the Indian sweets are fried, dipped in oil, sugar syrup, and you know.
But I also make a lot of cakes. They are not less than that. They look syrup, but I know how much sugar I put in there.
Hey, Poppy speaks very good Hindi, you know. You can't make out she's Bengali. She speaks lovely Hindi.
Wow, fantastic, Poppy. Very nice.
You see, you can see my haikus these days. I'm become addicted of haiku writing, and all are my haikus are in Hindi.
So, ladies, we have now come to the end of this program, which is Poppy's Kitchen, and it was such a pleasure hosting her today. And yes, the moment when we start meeting each other physically, I think it's happening slowly and steadily. I see loads and loads of pictures and videos of ladies in pink and green and blue in the garden and park, and I'm like getting
I'm
so
going to show you how I'm going to eat.
Yeah, you're gonna eat. Superb. So I want to say thank you to all those who attended this session, because remember, your presence motivates us. Your presence infuses the spirit in us to keep on promoting each other, supporting each other, which we always want to do. And we now want to tell you about tomorrow what we have. So Powerful Women series tomorrow. Darshini Joshi in conversation with two powerful women, one from the British Army and the other from the Merchant Navy, Indian Merchant Navy. She's from the ship. She's Captain Anuradha, and another is Lieutenant Wendy from British Army. So they'll be there with in conversation with Darshini Joshi, and the time is 7 p.m. UK time. So don't forget, just be there, part of the show of Powerful Women. And day after tomorrow, Father's Day. Don't forget Father's Day. So if you want to say something to your father, come on this platform, Inspiring Indian Women, right? Manjulika, goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Remember,
Thank you.
Manjulika is going to do yoga in the Scotland Inverness, So she's going to do lots of yoga. Remember, Monday is the
Happy
International Yoga Day.
Happy International Yoga to all of you. Happy
Yeah.
International Yoga to all of you.
So we'll be watching you,
Thank
Manjulika, your videos.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you, Poppy.
Yeah.
It
Thank
was
you all.
wonderful. Thank you, Poppy. Rashmi.
IIW.
Bye.
Yeah, this is
Thank
Sarika,
you,
Thank
Poppy
Handa,
Dee.
Sheila,
Thank you. Bye, Poppy
Manjulika,
Dee. Thank
Shipra
you.
from
Bye,
Inspiring Indian
Rashmi.
Women.
Bye.
Bye to
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
Goodbye. Poppy, thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye, Sheila. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks a lot
Bye.
for inviting me, and I enjoyed this
Bye.
horrible weather outside.
Ah.
I came back from swimming.
Oh, yes. So, ladies,
Okay.
goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Sarika. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.